I look at the league table now. Newcastle are 3rd, Aston Villa are 6th. At the beginning of the season, if I would have said that to you, which one would have surprised you the most? I'm guessing Villa, yeah? Villa
Probably,
6.
I'd say so, yeah, just because of you expected fireworks because of the investment that Newcastle have got. But yeah, Villa being up there in 6th, and again, we spoke so positively at the start about Fulham, Brentford, Brighton, about the football they play. I know Brighton have got 2 games in hand, but Villa have been outstanding, absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, I don't think even in their wildest dreams, Villa fans, when Unai Emery took over from Steven Gerrard, could have thought it would be this good at the moment. They're 6th, as I said. They're on 47 points, so 6 points behind Spurs, and they've played the same amount of games. Realistically, how high can Aston Villa go this season?
I think they can finish in Europe, not top 4. I don't think they'll get top 4, but any form of European football for Aston Villa next season, I think would be fantastic. With the size of the stadium, the fan base, the club, with the owners, and the manager who knows how to win European competitions, by the way, I think that'd be phenomenal for Aston Villa. Even Birmingham as a place, Aston Villa is a huge football club with fans. Seem to have fans everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think they'll get top 4, but for sure they can definitely gatecrash Europa League, Europa Conference League.
You play for Aston Villa, right?
Yep.
When, and I mean this in the nicest possible way, because they were European champions, when you go there, is it, and I think it should be, this is going to sound wrong, but you'll understand, is it rammed down your throat as a player when you walk through the dressing room or the changing room or in the club, just how successful they want or how big a club they are?
Do you know what's you walk into the stadium, because I did all my stuff at the training ground, then went to the stadium.
What do you mean all your stuff? What do you mean?
Like met the manager at the training ground.
When you were signing for?
Yeah, signed my contract at the training ground, did all that, and then went down to meet the press and all that at the stadium. And when you're just walking through the halls, like first and foremost, the tunnel's massive. And as you walk out of the tunnel to go to the pitch, there was I don't know if it's still there now, there used to be a big glass cabinet and that big European trophy is just there.
Oh, really? What, in the tunnel?
In the tunnel. So as you walk out,
yeah,
there used to be a wall of glass, and right in the middle of their various trophies was the European Cup, just there. So as you walk out, you can't help but see it. But just the executive rooms, the whole stadium is just massive. Like lovely football club, lovely stadium.
Do you feel, because you've played for that club, when you were there and you saw that European Cup, did you feel almost like you needed to raise your game because you were playing for a club that had been a European giant? Did it make a difference to you they had become European champions?
No, because for me, first and foremost, when I got there, it was about trying to justify the price tag.
What was it,
24 million. So I wasn't even thinking about European history and all that. I'm just thinking about, I need to hit the ground running and score a goal as quick as possible. But of course, the history of that football club, and when you're there and you're part of it, it's one. And you live in the Midlands, everyone wants to speak to you about football because you play for Aston Villa. But it's a great football club, and it's nice to see them getting back to where I believe they can get back to. Now, as I said, I don't think they can push for Champions League this season. I don't potentially think they can do it next season. But with the investment they've got and the infrastructure and the manager that they've got, they can have a really good couple of years, I'll tell you that. Couple of years? That's not even the right word. But
you can say that, that's fine. Yeah. Quick word about Newcastle. They're not going away, they're not going anywhere. Do we now talk about the big 8 rather than the big 6 as to who can challenge for the top 4? I think that's predominantly what we do when we talk about the big 6, right? Who's going to get the top 4? Is it now a big 8, do you think? And I'm looking at the 8 now, and of course the 8 would be Liverpool and Chelsea are outside it.
But if you're talking about big 8, then are you including Villa in that?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Is it a 9 then? So you've got Arsenal, Man City, Newcastle, Man United, Spurs, Liverpool,
Chelsea.
And Chelsea. That's 7.
I think they're the 7.
Okay. Are we now talking about a big 8 with Aston Villa joining them?
Not yet. But listen, if they finish 5th or 6th this season, and then they go again next season, start off really well next season, then you'd have to put them in the equation. But right now, you look at Arsenal, City, Newcastle, Man United, Spurs. There's your 5. Chelsea and Liverpool will be back.
Yeah,
I've got no doubts about that whatsoever. They will be back. So I know right now both of them clubs, Liverpool and Chelsea, are having a bit of a bad run, but Liverpool have got a big problems in the summer because they've got to invest money now. They're already talking about Jude Bellingham deals off because he doesn't want to pay that much money for one player. But you know Chelsea are going to throw money at it. Like, you know Chelsea are going to spend more money and throw more money at it. So they'll be back. But for Aston Villa to be punching their way and Brighton to be where they are is a credit to themselves. Been absolutely superb.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.